What's happening? Because you know it's your boy B Hot Radio Shout. And as always, I got my podcast partner in the building with me, Big Galaxy.
OG Galaxy Wick, you know the name. And you know what? I got my East Side partners in here today. I got some East Side legends here today.
I ain't gonna argue with that.
Well, I'm just letting you know to mind your manners.
I need to be on my best behavior
today.
On
your best behavior today. Because we'll put you out your own place.
That ain't right.
I'm with a woman that will put you out of your own place today.
Who is this woman? Because, I got a guy from L.A. in here that said he ain't even been in Atlanta before, but he already knew who the lady was from being in L.A. and California.
This is the legendary Shyran from Shyran Showcase. And I told her, I said, to be how I get a little mouthy, do what you always used to do to us back in the day on Gresham at the Showcase. Toss him on that. You remember Will Smith when he used to toss?
Yep. That's what you talking about.
Yeah, we get y'all. And we got Ed too, man. You know what I'm saying? So what's up, OG Ed?
What's happening?
Ed, one of the best cooks in the world. You know, Ed took care of something at my birthday party.
That food at your birthday party, I almost tried to take it all the way home to the whole family. I got 4 kids and a wife at home. I almost took that whole platter home with me. That fried fish.
Yeah, you brought the fish out that night.
Shyran, thank you so much for taking time out with us today to talk about your story and what you done brought to the city of Atlanta. Thank you.
You are.
Yes.
Now, the first question is, what was it that made you start the showcase?
The kids.
Okay.
I used to have a jewelry store. Mm-hmm. And in my jewelry store, first of all, let me tell everybody, because I don't want everybody writing up, putting this on Facebook or talking yang. I got this mask on because I broke my teeth. All right? I told you I got this one earring because I can't get the other one in. And I got on these shades because the light too high. I can't see. You know, you get my age, like I told you. You get my age, you start blinking when you talk. You got the light. So now
I'm with you.
So now I can blink in the privacy.
Yeah.
All right, so back to what you asked me. How did
what was it that made you start the showcase?
The kids, I used to have a jewelry. I started my kids period. I started selling Avon and Tupperware. Mm-hmm. That was my first business before I got my nursery school. So anyway, my first business was with kids because I would take the neighborhood kids. I borrowed the kids from the neighborhood because I wanted to sell my stuff in the park, right? Mm-hmm. And the only way you can go to the park without being a vagrant or vendor and getting licensed, you had to be in there not selling nothing. So I took my little Pinto, opened up the back seat, me and my sister. Now I had the kids swinging and playing in the playground. And when the police or the people would come by checking, they would think I was just out there playing with my children. But I was out there selling clothes. I was selling T-shirts, rugs, spreads, Avon, Tupperware. Because you had to have parties with Tupperware. I ain't had no friends, so I had to take my stuff to the people. That's how it started. Then I started selling more jewelry. My husband used to make jewelry, so we sold our jewelry up at the Blue Dolphin nightclub. And I got a little place on the corner, right on the corner of Glenwood and County Road. And when I got this place, I did pretty good, so I moved down to Moreland Avenue. When I got on Moreland Avenue, I was selling jewelry like McDonald's. You know, you just line up, go around, get you a piece of dollar jewelry. Yeah. Hope you don't sweat, put it on and sweat before you get out so it'll turn your neck green. Or make sure I don't try to push people when it was raining. You know what I'm saying? It's raining. Make sure I tell them, I say, you guys, it's raining outside, make sure you put your stuff in the bag. Not saying, don't put it on because the rain will make it turn green. Yeah. So I did a lot of custom jewelry.
Okay.
Then I moved up to, since I used to give away different kind of, y'all want to see me?
No, you were saying that somebody stood you up and look who here.
Oh, who?
You see who here? Yeah, and look who here. And look who here.
You said late.
He only 5 minutes late.
and he brought the wife.
Ready to throw you out. You know, she used to throw us out of the club.
I was so mad you. You know, the only thing I said you is because Wicked, not Wicked. I always call you Wicked.
Yeah, I'm Wicked.
I know you Wicked, but I call you something else. Ghetto Mafia.
Yeah.
Because I never use your name. I always call them Ghetto Mafia.
Yeah.
So thank you, Bone Crusher. But then where was I? I love you and your wife. So at any rate, What was that? On
You
the,
was talking about the selling the jewelry. You coming?
Oh, yeah,
they
yeah,
line up.
okay.
They get the jewelry. As long as they don't sweat.
Yeah, because it was, I get 25. It was 25 cents for 12 pieces, and I sold it for $1 each.
Right. Right.
So with $1 each, and then on top of that, when I went into Moreland Avenue, the guy was selling records. You don't know how I got with Showcase, right? When I went into selling, I was a jewelry store. The man across from me, right next to J.C. Penney's, was selling records. So he decided, since I would have a line going around getting my jewelry, he thought jewelry was a big deal. So he decided to start selling jewelry. Now, if you know anything about me, I ain't gonna let you compete.
Right.
So I say, okay, you're gonna sell jewelry, I'm gonna sell records. My son was like maybe 10 or 12 or 12, no more than, he couldn't have been over 11, 12. I let him do the records, and I'll buy the records for 25 cents, and I'll sell them for 24. Even just in case you decide you want to go down.
Yeah.
Right.
So anyway, I started selling records, and I didn't say I put him out of business. I just put him out of the jewelry business. He went back to selling records. I decided to go back to selling jewelry. But in the meantime, since I had the taste of record selling, I decided, I said, okay, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get a place up on Boulder Crest. Because then I thought I was the S, the S word. I said, well, shoot, if I can got 2 jewelry stores and I'm doing this well, I can move out of the hood and move on up to Boulder Crest. Because at that time, Boulder Crest was like the next hood, one hood up. You know what I'm saying? So I moved up to Boulder Crest and took my records, or his records, and he wanted to sell candy and cookies and stuff like that. So I said, okay, fine. You had your little concession with the records and the candy and bubble gum. I keep the jewelry, and I had like T-shirts. I was the first dollar store. I put it that way. Because everything I sold was $1. I didn't care what it was $1. Until we got our fine jewelry, then we started selling, real jewelry. And once, I started selling real jewelry, the people that was buying my costume jewelry didn't believe it was real. So I said, okay, that's fine. It was another company selling real. Everybody went to. So right at Mother's Day, all of the kids from Walker High School, Cedar Grove, and it was another school, maybe Columbia or something, came to me to buy their mama's gifts. And when those kids believed in me enough to know that, to think that I was real, I said, if I ever get 15 cents above water, I'm going to open y'all up a place to perform. So that's when I opened up Shyran Showcase with the dance school, mall school, karate. And in order to pay the rent, I had a little tin house. It's funny now, but back then it was serious. I took this little tin building and painted on Gresham. Right, it was Gresham Road Shopping Center was here. I got the tin. I used to call it the Dipster Dumpster behind the Gresham Road. I painted it, opened it up. In the daytime, we did all kind of free stuff for the kids, like, it wasn't a daycare. It was just you could just come and leave your child, and I would teach them. I want them to learn stuff. So, but I had to pay the rent. So in order to pay the rent, on Fridays and Saturdays, we would take the children that would practice all day long with their talent, and let them perform at night. And that was the beginning of the showcase. And
What year was that, Shyran? Do you remember?
I moved up there in 1982.
In 1982.
And and for some reason, in 83, because this is what Mojo says, and he got a flyer, so I know he ain't lying. And, he said I had a grand opening in 83 with him, because he was the first rapper, right?
Yeah.
Yep, he was.
So he was my first rapper, and I guess I had a grand opening in 83, but I think we were doing the school and all that stuff in 82.
But he said he started in 82, though.
Yeah, he said he started in 82.
We just talked to him the other day.
You was the first, because matter of fact, I got to say this.
I started in 82, too.
Yeah, no, you did. He actually.
The flyer says 83.
Oh, okay. Well, he said you was the first that he did the show. 'Cause remember, y'all were messing with me. Would you like to tell Shyran what you were saying about me and the East Side and Decatur and stuff? Would you like to tell her?
Mojo is from the West Side, the same side of town I'm from. So me and him, we were kindred spirits. Okay, Wig is from the East Side, and he's always pissing us off.
Right. But you said I said, well, Mojo said, well, rap really started on the West Side, you know what I'm saying, and blah blah blah. I said, well, yeah, but you had to have somewhere to perform, and you had to come to the East Side to perform.
That's right.
And that was at Shyran.
Yeah.
That's right.
And that's why he said he did the grand opening.
Yeah.
And he had the little picture. I made the flyer, so it must have been 83, but I know we were open in 82.
Yeah.
I think
Now
it was early '82 when he came in with the grand opening, but it was late '82 when you opened up. It was late '82 you opened, early '83 when you had the grand opening, because you didn't have the grand opening until a little while
Yeah,
after.
a little while after. So he had already been over there, back and forth,
yeah.
you know. And same thing with Shadi. Shadi used
That's
to.
cool. Mojo went to Washington, right?
Yeah, Washington.
With the band and all that, because he always had a cane in his hand.
He used to
And
tap
then the Turks-
dance.
I ain't
Yeah.
never tap dance a day in my life.
It's a
and I don't
Washington-
tap dance for nobody.
It's a Washington thing, ain't it?
yes, it is.
You had the drummer and the tapper.
Washington had the best band in the city at the time.
Right,
Yeah.
right,
They had the best
right.
band.
He don't know what the hell he talking about. Let me Shyran, please. Because he don't know nothing. Shyran, this is my question. At what point did you realize that this showcase was taking over the city and getting large?
Never.
Wow.
Never did I want it that way. Never did I feel like, and I say this to people all the time, they give me too much credit because my credit goes to the kids. These kids used to practice. They had no platform. You know, a lot of people say, well, Edward J had, and he had the music for them, or however they did the music, but they had nowhere to go. So for somebody to say, well, you know, and I used to argue about this all the time. You know, we had other nightclubs, and the kids could just go in them. And they let my kids would go into the Libra, go into not Mr. V's, but to the Palladium. They would let my kids go in and perform, and I'd take them in, they perform, they come back out. And I felt like they could do the same thing with other talent, but they wouldn't. So when somebody say that I did so much, it's like, I'm not going to let a child believe in me and not have, if I said I'm going to do something for you in 1981 or 80, whatever you had said, and I'm going to give you a place to perform because you supported me, then I supported these kids. And they built Shyran Showcase. You know, we had Shyran Showcase 1, then we went to Motions, then we went out, then my partner, I worked for him at the time. He said, I told him, I said, well, the only way I'm going to do something for you to help you keep these young urban kids, I call them urban kids out of your place. Because he had white kicks in Marietta. And in Evansville at the time, there was a white kicks.
Yeah.
But when our kids started going, you know, and they were my kids from Shyran Showcase, I said, if I be in partnership up on this situation, but if I go, when we close this one down, because they, you know, and we go out to kicks in Marietta, they gonna follow me. Oh, no, they ain't gonna follow you. I said, yeah, I'm telling you, they're gonna come out there. Shadi was the first one rapped on this stage. They went. I went to Marietta. They went to Marietta. But what I always say is that white kids go out at 8 o'clock, teenagers, and they end by 11, 12. Not now, but you know back then.
Yeah.
Black kids went out at 11 o'clock, and they didn't want to leave until 2 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
So he had no other choice. I said, you promise me you're going to give me a Shyran Showcase back in Decatur. And either, you know, and it wasn't no either or. He said, so what do you want to do? So he said, well, I can't put these kids out at 2 o'clock in the morning, but I can't keep closing at 2 o'clock. Marietta wouldn't let you close at that time. Right. So when he dumped the kids out in the street by 12 or 1, you know, well, they weren't going home.
Yeah.
And so he said, okay, fine. I promise you I was going to get your Shyran Showcase back in Decatur. I tell you, that man, in 1 month, my partner is Jewish, so that's why I'm saying it. In 1 month, we had Shyran Showcase. It was open. They had the nicest club any child could have. Lights. He got his friends put in these great big old speakers. It was like a concert hall. And that's why when I say I didn't really do a whole lot for the kids did for me. They were the ones that wanted what I got. They were the ones that made it big. You know, it's nobody. I sent Bones Crusher a list of people. I found this thing on the internet yesterday where it said all of these different people that came through Shyran. I didn't even believe they came through that, but I remember, you know, they were kids. Some of them weren't kids. And they came in and they built it. And they let people know we want to be able to perform. We want to get that showmanship, you know. And they would get out there on that stage. I could bring, and I don't keep talking about Boys to Men because I feel bad about it.
No, I was there when they came one time. It was either them or
it was them and Jodeci.
And
then they booed them.
And they booed them. Sure did.
Jodeci, but they came back and cheered them.
Yeah, exactly.
They only booed them because they wanted to see the dancers.
And they wanted to see Silk. Silk.
Right.
Silk came there every week.
Yeah.
And and the dancers, every dance group came there. So, you know, you coming out here with some, you know, I used to bring national talent I didn't bring it, but the like Columbia and all of Arista, they would bring the talent to the showcase just to see how the kids would react to them.
Yeah.
You know, and since I was the only one place for them to go, that Shyran Showcase had 2,000 plus kids. So when you stand up in front of 2,000 kids and you don't get booed because you dancing 911 or
Untouchables.
You're gonna stand there and they ain't gonna boo you, and then you coming out of here with a big time record, and then 2,000 kids boo you.
Yeah.
You know what I had to do? If you were there, I threatened them. I said, if y'all make one more note, when they come back out here, y'all say one boo. You will not see Silk tonight.
Yeah.
They came back Forever My Lady, and the crowd
just
went
went
crazy.
wild. Now I don't know whether it went wild because they liked it or they were threatened.
One month later, that song went like #1.
It sure did.
My God.
I'm serious. Every time we brought somebody to the showcase that was a national artist, they went #1. Even Luke. Now Luke came. Now Luke was already hot in Miami. Luke came to the showcase, and them kids went wild. And then after that, after the showcase, all I could hear was Two Live Crew. So they broke records. They did what Eddie broke most of them because I wasn't even into rap. We were doing disco. Remember that back in '80-something? It was disco. My son decided, well, Mama, can we do rap? No, I don't want to do no rap. Well, Mama, well, he was young. He was 15 or 16. So I said, okay, fine. I got all these kids in here. And, I was with me and Jermaine Dupri. I like that little Michael Jackson stuff. You know what I'm saying? And I like Chris Tucker because he would tell these stupid jokes.
Yeah.
But Eddie wanted rap. Y'all were like really for, coming to my club.
Rap was new.
One Five Posse and Ghetto Mafia. They were in it.
This before the 10-year union of rap. Before.
Yeah.
What made you Ed wanna transfer over into rap, knowing that you was coming from a disco era, knowing you coming from sharing with the kids, and what did you see?
I was playing pretty much what the record pools was giving me.
Gotcha.
I had the record pool from LA, I had a record pool from New York, and then we had the $1 Million record pool here in Atlanta. So we were pretty much playing what they were giving us. You got 30 seconds. I played the song 30 seconds in my earphones and see which song sounded the best. And most of the hot songs were the rap songs, and then a lot of the R&B songs. But that's how we just got into hip hop. New York pretty much took the lead on it. We played all the hip hop songs from New York, and then LA started coming in. We started playing the LA songs, and then Atlanta just that came. I think
I did
you were one of. I think most. Shadi was like the first song I heard on the radio that was really hot. That Rap Will Never Die. I was like, oh man, this is my boy Shadi. He doing real good. You know? And then later on, all the rappers wanted to be from New York. I was like, man, y'all from Decatur. Y'all from Atlanta. Why y'all talking about New York? Why y'all trying to be? That was my personal thing.
Right.
Personally, you don't know about this, but personally, I'm like, man, I'm from Decatur, dude. I'm from Atlanta. I'm from West Chapel. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then your song came out. I think the showcase had closed down for a year or two then, but your song had came out, and it was like, them boys talking about Decatur.
Right.
I loved it. It was like the best thing that ever hit. I was like, okay, so you finally got somebody talking about Decatur instead of New York and LA and all the things that were going on.
Exactly.
Y'all saw, man. Y'all saw when it hit hard. You know what I'm saying?
Did it come out before? What's his name? Poncho song. Did y'all song come
Poncho?
out? Yeah.
I'm not
What's up?
I can't remember.
I'm not sure, but I'm gonna tell you a story, Ed, you and Sharon.
And that's the real truth.
No, and I know that
because it was like nobody was talking about it didn't even have to be Decatur.
Right.
Just don't talk. I mean, it ain't like don't talk about New York and don't talk about LA. It's fine that y'all talking about them, but when y'all in Atlanta, man, y'all from Atlanta, man. All the rappers and all the people from Atlanta, y'all from Atlanta, Decatur, and wherever y'all from, talk about that.
Right.
Talk
Now,
about
when
New
y'all
York.
song come out?
The actual song Straight from the Deck, that was in '96, but I'm gonna tell you something.
Okay, wait before you say it. 96, my son wanted y'all, right? To this day, our theme song at O'Reilly's is Straight from the Deck.
And I know that, but let me tell you something. Let me tell both of y'all something.
That's it.
Let me tell both of y'all
That's all
something.
those years.
We dropped 2 albums. We dropped the album in '92, and then '92, '93, and then '93, '94. The first one was called Draw the Line, while one was called Full Blooded Niggas. This ain't Straight from the Deck yet.
Okay.
See, y'all going to Straight from the Deck yet, they dropped in 96. But I did shows for y'all. We with Itchabon did an MC Bree. We had a song called Everyday Thing in the Hood.
Came by the house. Yeah.
Correct. And you they were promoting us, and I didn't feel the love in the city yet, right? Okay. And y'all reached out to us for a show. And y'all, at the time, y'all didn't put us on the radio or nothing. I was talking to Nino. I said, man, we ain't had Straight from the Deck out yet. Okay. I said, man, ain't nobody gonna come see us at no damn Shyran, man. Shyran's club is bass, is you know what I'm saying, it's yeah, you know what I'm saying, it wasn't my genre.
Yeah.
Bro, we got off Gresham. The line was, this was before Straight from that. This was just Draw the Line and Full Blooded.
Yeah.
I don't did Shyran probably, I can't even count the amount of times. The line was I'm talking about onto the expressway, and that's when I know I had done truly made it. Yeah. Because if you could win at Shyran Showcase, you could win anywhere.
That's at the phase 2 what she was talking about. We had the little 10 building behind that. That was the original showcase.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you talking about
and then you talking about the second one when we moved up to the front.
Right.
That was the second showcase.
Okay.
That was like in the 90s, the late 90s, I think it was. And that's when y'all song really hit that second song. But the reason we had got back into bass though, because we came back, we had Shyran Showcase, the original Shyran Showcase.
Which was disco.
Which was disco and house music. And I had went to college. I had started doing some things at the Rag, and then we got back with Arnie and Motions over on I-20, and we came back with them. And Radio Red was DJing over there. Radio Red, Disco Jack, and they started DJing. And the song that was hot at that time was "Roll It Up, My Homeboy."
Success and Effect.
Success and Effect.
Oh,
that's a slower beat.
I was a child then.
Yeah, but I'm just saying that's how long I've been DJing.
Let me tell you something about it. And I don't care if y'all can get mad, whatever you want. I'm gonna tell the story because I always tell the story. And I don't always tell it. They had this song when I had Shyran Showcase. First I was in the dancers. You know, every single dance group either came, like even MC Chadi, he was first a dancer, you know, a break dancer, then he got to be an MC. He thinks he started rapping, but he MC'd before he started rapping. Mm-hmm. So anyway, APR, that was the name of the dance group, I think. No, that wasn't APR.
Dance groups, yeah.
No, it wasn't, but they won the dance group. But this group.
Atlanta Part of Rock, yeah. Dance group.
Yeah, okay. But the guys that did Roll Up My New Success in Effect, they came to my club all the time. Anytime you could do entertainment, you could dance, because I wasn't paying nobody, so I decided I'd let you get in free if you could do anything. So they would come to my club all the time. They were down in I let them perform down at Motions. So when I decided I wanted to bring them back, when we brought back Shyran Showcase on Gresham Road, a lot of people I went to and asked them could they come and, you know, like do little shows like Sam and Sam. Now they would come in and do the same thing. And it was cool. Success and Effect came to me and told me I had to pay them $2,500. And you know I ain't the one. Yeah. They told me that I went to Eddie, I went to, it might have even been, we had all of the DJs. Every DJ that was in my place, I told him, I said, if I ever hear this record again, I promise you, you will never walk your ass through the Shyran Showcase. Woo. I took that record, and it was around 7 to 8.
Right.
I went out on the stage in front of all of the cheer, and I said, if y'all ever hear this record in my place, let me know in case I'm not here. I took my knee up like a little old ghetto ass woman. Took that record and broke across my knee. I don't ever want to hear it again. I never heard, not from Shyran Showcase, not no place else in life.
Wow.
My God.
Wow.
It was tough trying to play that song after she did all that.
Because, you know, you talking about the children that supported you, you know, and you were selling, I'm sure you were selling junk out your car. You know, you all of a sudden I'm going to ask you to come up here and just sing one song. You ain't got but one doggone song in front of the children, and you're going to say that I got to pay you $25. If I paid anybody, the first time I paid $2,500 to somebody, I don't even remember, and I don't think I did.
Wow.
But that's how.
And this is 2023. Asking big time people like him.
Yeah.
He said about Bone Crash, big time people, you know. I don't want to call too many names, because I want to know that I have been able to get people to come and support me for less than some of them 1,000 or maybe less than 1,000, maybe less than 500.
Yeah.
And they've been supporting me, and this is 2023. You talking about in 19? Some of y'all won't even nobody. They didn't even have rap nowhere. Please give me a break.
Right.
I broke that record so quick, and I broke it one way this way, and I took the little half, and I break it. I
You
broke
broke it
this
again.
one, and turned on this side and broke the other half. I was so dark.
My question is this: what was it like seeing?
But
folks,
we made a lot of records too.
Absolutely.
and that's what I was about to ask
Absolutely.
you
Every
too.
record came through that. Other than that one, we broke it.
What was it like seeing the artist come in as a humble artist and then having to break them and watching them become national artists like this guy right here?
It was. I consider these kids just like a parent. I always say this. I got surrogate. I'm a surrogate. Their mom was a surrogate mothers, because I believe all these kids belong to me. You know, they just happen to have them. You know what I'm saying? So I think that it's hard to say that if your child grew up to go to jail, that he's no less better than this man that grew up to be successful. Mm-hmm. So all of them the same to me. You know, and I can't be prouder. You know, I can't. It's nothing nobody could do. Like Puncho brought this little girl, but I read this, and I'm sure it happened. But Puncho brought his daughter by. To see Puncho, which is I had to cut a deal with 97 point. It was back then. It was 97.1. You was 107.9, right? What's her name? Kathy or something?
Hughes. Yeah, Kathy Hughes.
All right. Well, I had to go to the radio station and cut a deal with them because they wanted me to. I was on B103 since 1978. Mm-hmm. They wanted me to come and be on 97.1 because it was hip hop, and wasn't nobody really listening to the show.
Yeah.
She might say they did, but I don't care. They weren't. Not my people. My kids weren't listening to it.
It was brand new. Yeah.
It was brand new.
Yeah.
And B103 wouldn't play hip hop anyway, so I was kind of pissed off about that. The damn kids came in, later on after that and did it. Mm-hmm. They didn't even have no equipment to cut the commercial. So Darren sneaked, since he ain't working now, he ain't gonna get fired. Yeah. He sneaked and cut the commercial up at B103. Took it downstairs to 97.1. And I told myself, I will pay y'all and be on your radio show with a commercial. Because once I go on your show for a commercial, they're going to follow me anyway. Exactly. I said, I'll go on there, but you got to get one Atlanta rapper. Because Atlanta rappers weren't on the radio. Yeah. So I said, I got to get one Atlanta rapper played. And everybody used to be crazy about what's up. Mm-hmm. And I said, okay, fine, I'm going to take Puncho down there. And they played Puncho's record. Mm-hmm. People started listening. They realized that it was Atlanta kids that would make that station go pop like it did. And they did pop it,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So then B103 came back and said, okay, we ain't going to play no rap. But then after we did that with 97.1, they started playing rap. But it took Darren Fears, and gave him a little thing called the First Party.
Yeah.
So Darren Fears, if anybody should get credit for a lot of stuff, it should be Darren Fears.
Yes,
because
right.
he really, when he was at the original showcase, he was about 15 or 16, he would take on WIGO or whatever it is, WOK. He would, come to Shyran showcase, and I think they did a live with Keith Pollard. Keith used to come up there. So all of this is that, you come to me and say, I allowed it to happen. My son can say, well, I want to do rap, but you want to do rap. But once he started getting free records, he didn't want to buy no more disco. That was what the problem was.
I had to pay for them. They want some money for them.
Yeah, but not like he had to buy, individual records all the time.
Right.
Record pool, he did a little one little thing with that, and then they would give him all these free records. So that's why he wanted to do all the rap anyway. But he would just, Eddie believed. If anybody, I don't know whether, I know you believed in it and all the people that were doing it believed in it, but my son taught me a lesson that from the mouth of babes I always say, when a child believe in something, and he really believed in it as much as my son did, you need to believe in it too. I never would have thought rap would be like it is now. I never would have thought.
Wow.
Well, it's one of them things, man.
He just used to push me, you know.
When you got, and I saw it, kids listening to nothing but hip hop. They weren't listening to R&B no more. They weren't listening to rock and roll. They were listening to hip hop. So if you got a generation of people listening to hip hop only, then when they grow up to be adults, what are they gonna listen to?
Hip hop.
That's what I told her one time.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's what she's talking about. If you got people only listening to nothing
he was right.
but hip hop all day long, we playing CDs, we making CDs and nothing on the CD but hip hop.
Yeah.
What they gonna listen to?
Right.
And that's what happened. That's what I told her, and that's what I was.
Well, okay, let's go with the fact that you were right. What happened?
I'm just telling you what I saw.
What happened? And I'm gonna ask you too, because you probably know. If the hip hop was that, and I loved it back then. Like when y'all, you can see you coming out with a little twist. Turn to the left. What is it? D for L, no record. I think it's
Laffy Taffy.
Laffy Taffy, and whatever, all these little dance records, and get them off of the back. You heard play Back from the Deck yesterday. What was the last time you played? Saturday. People hit the floor. You know what I'm saying? Why is it that the rappers now are so vulgar and so? I mean, my mouth is like a sailor. I'm surprised I ain't used one curse word today. I'm sitting up here like that with my feet and toes and everything else crossed. I see my mouth. Nobody can curse more than I do, and I can understand profanity. But why is it so nasty? Why do they have to talk about I call everybody a bitch. So, but why do they have to call bitches for real bitches? It ain't like a nice bitch. You gotta be a hood. My mom used to tell me, and I'm gonna use this word, and I never used it today, but I'm gonna use it and hope she don't strike me with it. Huzzy, She told me I better never use the word huzzy.
Yeah.
And to me, the word that they use, and now when I listen to rappers, it sounds like huzzy to me, Well, if you just call somebody a bitch, you bitch ass or something like that. And it's always got to be the genitals. Why you can't call it a coochie? You know what I'm saying? I know you're gonna say penis, but dicky or something like a dicky ride people. It's got to be something else. And that's all they think. They come to my club and start. My flow get horny. I get, and I'm just, so what happened? I'm asking the question. It may be taking a long time to ask it, but.
He's a DJ, so this is right up his alley.
Well, I think
Plus, he was one of the vulgar ones that you were talking about. I did quality music. He did vulgar music. So you're talking to him.
It sounds to me like, it just was so, that negativity and the raunchiness.
But they can't dance to it, though. What do they do? They jump up and down and fight. I mean, to y'all, like what's his name? Sam and Sam. Mm-hmm. He was doing a thing at my show the other day.
The knuckle up.
Yeah, why you got to knuckle up? And thank goodness he was knuckling up with a bunch of old, old ass people, so they couldn't do nothing. But if I had had some 21 and 25, he said knuckle up. They tore my place down. So what is going on?
Oh,
they don't even want you to do concerts. I did a concert for my kids because they wouldn't let them do it. I did a thing one time. I asked the people with the concert, they come to Shyran Shock. I said, we're gonna do a concert with so and so and so, big acts like y'all or whatever. Mm-hmm. I said, well, can my kids come on the show and open up? No, they can't open up because they ain't good enough. But they're good enough for you to come here and announce so they can come to your show. I said, okay, don't come here no more. And then what I'm gonna do, I think we spent about $35,000, $40,000. I put my children on their own show. I gave a talent show at the Civic Center.
Yeah.
And it was For Your Eyes Only then, but they 112 now. 9/11 ones, and I've got all these trophies. I had them a little food in the back, I did it. I made them feel like they were on a concert. Yeah. You don't tell me that my kids ain't good enough when he was one of my kids. Sure. Kilo was one of my kids. Sam was one of my kids. What is his name? Outkast. These were my kids. Yeah. So now what's up? My kids, Silk,
Silk. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, all of these children don't come through me, and then you're going to tell me they ain't good enough to open up for the dogs because y'all came from Miami? I said, okay, fine. Then they wanted to bring the dogs. I guess they thought I was kidding. Mm. So they brought the dogs in a little limousine. I said, okay, fine, this is what I'm going to do because I'm evil. So I'm going to show them. So I sent for the dogs, so that was one of the groups. I ain't heard nothing else from the dogs either. I don't know what they doing. They might not have done nothing no more. They sent the dogs over in the limousine. When they got there, I wouldn't let them perform. I wouldn't even send them home in the limousine. I made them go to the street and get them a taxi. I wouldn't even let them use my telephone. Mm. Go down to the corner and get your phone and call you a taxi. Because I'm going to show you my kids are better. because I let my kids perform first. They were the star. They were gonna go on, last. When I got to them, I said, go down there and get you a cab because you're not going. You see how I feel? Because I knew my kids was better than anybody that they put in these big groups. Like I had Run DMC and Houdini for Bojangles. I used to do public relations for Bojangles. I did a concert at a halftime show with the Cavaliers and the Hawks. When nobody go see it. Yeah, when nobody even go. I brought the first groups to Atlanta from the north. But at that time, my kids weren't, they run rappers. But the guy that's got the Soul Circus now, he did a show and he let everybody at Shyran Showcase open up his shows. So I don't know. I get real offended. I got offended even with Ghetto Mafia and Kilo and all them. Every time you look around, what the little young kids doing concerts, the little young kids doing, they fighting and doing all the kind of stuff. I said, what happened to the people that started this, the trailblazers? I hired them one at a time every week, didn't I?
Yeah, sure did.
I showed it every week.
Sure did.
And then when I got to the end, I went back to try to do it again. They were doing their own little shows, everybody. So now y'all on the road. I can't even get them no more.
Yeah, you can get me. You can get me anytime.
But I'm just saying, I look at like they doing this thing with the Atlanta thing. I think that is fantastic. Every time I would see something where y'all were going out of town to do a big show. Well, before then, I'm not saying I started it.
No, you started it.
But I'm just
exactly.
but I'm just saying that what happened to our people? We're the trailblazers. Now y'all out there and you don't hear as much about those other rap groups.
Right.
Doing those big concerts. All I hear is the soul, you really do.
That's true.
And y'all do it back to back to back to back. How the hell can you do a concert in the same city every time you look around and everybody fill it up?
Right. Right.
You got to be doing something right.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And that's why I say that old rap that Eddie forced me to deal with, to me, is the best rap. And I might be, fire me shit. I don't care. I ain't got no job. But the new rap, if they don't get on the horses, you can say, yeah, it's going to last. It ain't going to last like that.
Yeah.
It ain't going to last. But now a lot of the ones that's got some sense, they'll do a R&B little part of it, and they kind of put it on, rap on top of R&B or something. And you look at the song with Bone Crusher. Bone Crusher had a song called what you call it?
Never Scared.
Yeah, you ain't never scared. I'd be scared to play the doggone song. Because people just go wild.
Go crazy.
They just go crazy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This is a song been out so long, I don't even, they ain't supposed to even remember it. But they go crazy.
Yeah.
And the young people hear it and they go crazy.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you got to look at it and say it's the form of music, the
Yeah.
form of rap, that they can come back and put some of this wild, just take the dicks and the pussies out. And I'll be like, everybody's a hoe. And I be thinking, I wonder you say that when you go home and go to bed, your mom put you to bed at night.
Right.
That's the story though. When y'all think about Atlanta music, the original Atlanta music, what do y'all think about?
I think about the music itself.
Yeah.
Bass.
I think about bass
You said
music.
bass music. You know
Yeah.
why? You know why we were playing bass music?
Uh-huh.
Because, like I was saying, Success and Fake them had slowed it down.
Right.
They had went down to 112, 114 beat per minute.
Right.
This song, Freeze.
Yeah. Yeah.
Roll It Up, My Homeboy might have
Yeah.
been 122, but
Yeah.
I think Freeze was like a 108, 110, 112 kind of beat. They had not slowed the music down. Music had not slowed down. Toomp came down. He was throwing it down with T.I. with their little songs.
Right.
But we started playing bass. One thing, because the techno music was like at that first showcase, it was like mostly techno music. So when I got back into DJing, we were playing a lot of techno music, Planet Rock, and the beat goes on, When I Hear Music, 128 beats per minute. But then another reason we played bass music, because anytime something happened at Shyran Showcase, this lady right here said, Ed, play me some fast music.
Right.
So we had to play bass music was the hottest thing going. So she was like, play me some bass music, play me something fast right there. And that's what we were playing. Anytime something happened at the showcase, somebody started fighting or something like that. Play me something
pump them up,
fast.
That
would pump them up.
Yeah, because if they can hear
Yeah.
with that slow music, they can talk or they can just
You
kind
slowed
of.
it. Anytime we played that slow music, and that was when the music was transitioning over into the what do they call it, the what is it? NWA style music. What do they call it?
Gangster rap.
Gangster rap.
The gangster music was transitioning over to gangster rap. So it was transitioning over, and the gangster rap music was real slow. You talking about? I ain't even talking about 120. I'm talking about 98 beats per minute.
Yeah.
96 beats per minute. 88 beats per minute. So that was like really slow compared to 128. So when they got down that low, you had to play the 98 beat per minute. You touch your turntable up to from 0 DPMs to 8 dBMs. If you know what I'm talking about, if you're a DJ, you had to speed it up real fast, and it was still going at about a 94 beat per minute. You know what I'm saying? But that's why we played a lot of bass music because we just had to keep the crowd rolling and keep them dancing on the dance floor, keep them like hype, and that's what Shyran Showcase did. And then we played hit after hit after hit. That was one of our things.
Was it DJs back then? You say you were a DJ, right?
Yeah.
Okay, back then the DJs, and they got good DJs now. Don't let me get me wrong.
Yeah.
But DJs back then, when you play a song, you never heard it end. You could play 15, Eddie could anyway. You play 15 songs and you never knew when the song ended because they could mix.
They can mix
it,
blend it, yeah.
Now they come in, they play the song, and then you got the, what is it, the sirens,
the drops and all that extra stuff going on.
Yeah, so you can play another record, you know. And I mean, I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened to the mixing of the DJs, because if you mix enough, people will stay on your dance floor.
Yeah.
Right.
And then, because I had a Swift did one of my adult clubs. It wasn't adult entertainment, adult, 25
Right.
He was at my classics out on the Vista Road.
Outcast DJ Swift.
Yeah. Okay, so when he would play at the showcase, that's where they played. He came to classics. I had to cut Swift out. I said, Swift, they ain't gonna, because they wouldn't buy no drinks to share on showcase, but I'm selling liquor. So I go out there and cuss him out and say, can this shit, because I need them to sit their old asses down and buy some alcohol.
Yeah, right.
Swift is probably one of the best mixers I've seen. Eddie probably is the best.
Yeah.
One of two. He's gonna be one of, because somebody got to be better than him. But Swift was probably one of the best mixers I had in my DJ roster. He could just go on there. Swift started playing a song, man. 2 days later, he was like, "Are we still listening to Ghetto Mafia?"
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because he just mixed it out. He would just mix it back and forth, and you just dance.
Yeah.
And they don't do that anymore. So I'm missing a whole lot of stuff. That's why I really have a sports bar.
Yeah.
Because I think in the nightclub business, it's dangerous. It's dangerous in any business. Going to church is dangerous nowadays, but it's dangerous. You're not controlling the gangster rap. The one thing I give, and I don't know if it's still happening now because I'm not out in the street, but I used to always feel good when I would listen to somebody say, so-and-so killed somebody in Los Angeles or New York or Chicago. The rappers fighting back and forth. I would feel good that our rappers didn't
do that.
Fight like that.
Yeah.
Right.
Even today, I look at y'all. Y'all might have had y'all beefs, but y'all still on the same stage.
Right.
You're still living.
Right.
And that's what I think that might be what I feel like I did offer to the public with Shyran Showcase. I took the gangs and made them into dance groups. I took some of the gangs and made them into basketball players. I took some of and they weren't even gangs. They were just play like gangs.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I took the dance groups and gave them an opportunity to go into rapping. I gave you a platform. And nobody in this city, and I am so upset about that, not today, but back then I was really upset. I had to be the only person to give a platform for young people and rappers and entertainers. And then I had on Monday morning the councilman and the community, well, you must be over there selling drugs because nobody going to come to you every week. My daughter done jumped out of the window and went to play like she was spending the night with her girl. They would come to me for, the children came no matter what.
Yeah.
And all I did, I said, well, then, that's why I opened up 2 adult clubs. 121 and over and 125 and over. Because I want you to take your little behind and go party too somewhere.
Yeah.
You didn't say, no, you out all night long and your child was at home not enjoying. When you go out on the weekend, think about it. On Monday morning, you feel good about going back to work.
Yeah.
Your children want to feel good about going back to school. And plus, when you came to Shyran Showcase, most of the parents threaten them, if you ain't doing good in school, you ain't going to Shyran's.
Yeah.
If you don't do this, you ain't going to. I was the household, most of the time they say, well, your daddy going to whoop you. But now they changed it to Shyran ain't going to let you come to her club.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I think that I made a lot of kids do a lot better because they did have an outlet.
Yeah.
They might have fought. One time I had to put a little police bus on the outside because they told me that Columbia High School had played
Southwest DeKalb.
Yeah, you know.
They don't know nothing about that.
Yeah.
They don't know nothing about
Amazing
that.
Doug
shit.
on my side.
Yeah, they were like-
over there, you know, so
Yeah.
they were rivals, so I put the little bus out there, and I knew I was gonna have to lock them all up. When they got in there and started fighting, 'cause they the baddest children I ever seen in my life. Like, you know, they coming and they be big, you know, and then they be looking at the little children like, move out my way. And the little children are so stupid. I ain't gonna move out your way. Oh, you gonna move out his way. You know, so you move, man. You know, either you moving or he going to jail.
right.
And then you had to lock up some kids because they know they just wanted attention.
Yeah.
And I had to take the money, all my little money I made at Shyran Showcase, go down to the jail. I lock them up under John Doe. Go down to the jail, get them out, try to send them home. Mama didn't care. She didn't even know they were in jail most of the time. You know, they be out in the street. I'm just saying that I did a lot of good.
Yeah.
And the bad that they think I did, I don't think I did that, you know, because the kids grew up to be lawyers, doctors,
Exactly.
you know, work at good places. And on top of that, they went to jail. I ain't gonna tell no lie. But when they got out of jail, they might have went back to jail, but when they got out of jail, they knew how to act while they were out. You know, and people that sold, kids that sold drugs, they still selling drugs. You know, the people that went to school, they still, you know, graduated from school. So when you got 2,000 kids, or 2,500 kids every single week, and they all of them the same, somebody gonna be bad.
Yeah.
You know, the drug dealer, if he can't sell drugs, cause my place, I used to always say, you cannot, my place is not a trap. I don't go to your place and sell Shyran Showcase. You don't to your trap, then you don't come to my trap and sell no drugs. So I
Exactly.
knew they weren't selling drugs. I ain't gonna say the little girls weren't doing the little things they should have been doing, because I had a few people come by and say, well, Shyran, you know, I had this baby at Shyran Showcase, but and he's 35 years old, so I know they ain't lying. But you know, I feel like at least he would look. Think about it. I sometimes I'm gonna go back and check the records. How many break-ins? How many, you know, killings? How many all these things on a Saturday night
Yeah.
happen in DeKalb County?
Yeah.
Or the people that came. Shyran Showcase had people coming from Macon, Augusta. You know, they come from New York or wherever during the summertime. So we couldn't have been doing that bad for the children, considering they all grew up to be good, and half of them now making 10 times more than I'm making. No, I won't even say that. They probably making 50 times more than I'm making.
Yeah.
You know, they grew up to do, and they did good. They just wanted a place to come and enjoy, meet their friends, and that's what they did. So the platform, and the only way I think that they came to me as much is because of people like you know, JD with his jump boards, Silk, all of the dancers.
She said the jump boys. She talking about Crisscross.
Crisscross,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, when JD brought the Crisscross boys, man. Now JD gonna swear he don't remember this. I think he was 16. JD's coming to do it. I love Michael Jackson to the heart.
Right.
But he used to, him and MC Lightfoot used to do that little Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
Kind of
Yeah.
I used to know from disco.
Yeah.
He would come in every week and do his little Michael Jackson. But Eddie was pushing rap.
Right.
He was pushing us right on out the door with the disco. So
Right.
I brought 2 or 3 R&B artists. Honey, my children didn't pay them no attention.
No, yeah, I was there with Boys to
But it
Men.
was,
I was
you know,
there.
like what thing opened up for the good girls. Silk, the good girls were coming on. Silk went out there. You know, Silk was supposed to be opening up for them. Once they got through, the children just went on back to talking and doing everything. You know what I'm saying?
I'll be sure.
I'll be sure. I forget him. Do we have to? Yes, you have to clap. You know.
Shyran, what made you name Shyran the showcase? And I'm gonna tell you why I asked you that, because right now people throw showcases all the time, and artists comes in. So what y'all have done has translated 30 and 40 years later. People are doing that right now. They might call it so-and-so showcase, so-and-so showcase.
Well, they used to call them open mics, didn't they?
Now,
Yeah.
they,
Now
right,
they
but now
call
they
them
call it
showcases.
this. Yeah, now they showcases. You know what I'm saying? The teen showcase or the R&B showcase or blah,
A
blah, blah.
showcase.
What made you name it?
I named the Shyran Showcase because the kids showed out. I mean, you know, they come up there and dance, they show out. You know, I couldn't call it Shyran Show Out, so I just said Shyran Showcase. Because they were showcasing their talent. That's what they do. I
Oh,
mean,
okay.
Anybody calling it showcase now, if you're showcasing a person's talent. But if you lying to them saying I'm finna have a show and I'm gonna pay you $25, you know, you got to pay me $25 or $50 to perform, or I'm gonna give you $200, and at the end of the night, it's 3 o'clock in the morning, I got to go home, so I didn't get my $250. That's not a showcase. A showcase is for you to showcase your talent. You don't charge a person to showcase. You don't charge. You don't give away money. Our contest is when you give away money. A showcase is not that. But then when you give away money, you ain't supposed to charge them to give away the money. You know, you charging them to get in there. So I don't have any respect for some of the showcases that they do because they charge them to perform, they charge them to play their music, you know, they charge them for everything. And the polar people, what they gonna do? They gonna sing at your club. Are they gonna come to my club? Because if I don't think you good, I ain't gonna put you on my stage.
Come on now.
You know, so where you going? You gonna go to Mr. B's where he in business now, but where you gonna go to showcase? You ain't gonna go on no concert. You ain't gonna open up no show. So you gonna pay all this money all the time for somebody to pretend they gonna give you a record deal, and the record company they got is on paper. You know what I'm saying? They gonna put you on a TV show or their podcast, and whoever listening to you, if you're talking like the rap that I was telling you about, they ain't gonna do nothing for you anyway.
Yeah.
Right.
So, yes, my showcase is a showcase. The showcases you talking about are not showcases.
That's right.
They ain't number open mics.
That's
Yeah.
right.
You call it real deal.
That's what that.
I think she started off as Sharon's Jewelry. We were Sharon's Jewelry for a long time.
Yeah.
We had Candler Road, Moreland Avenue, Boulder Crest was the original stores, and they were Sharon's Jewelry.
Yeah.
And then they used to practice up at Sharon's on Boulder Crest. That's where she was talking about all the groups came up there practicing a lot. Celia, Georgia, she went on to be with
SOS.
SOS Band. Another guy went on to be singing with Prince. What was his name? He just passed away.
David.
David just.
And he was a producer, and you know he produced a lot of different. Yeah.
And he did a lot of things for him. So
Everybody went.
everybody
did
in
that.
Tilly danced. She was with Chili. They used to come through Sharon's Jewelry on Boulder Crest.
Okay.
So a lot of people came through the Sharon's Jewelry store, and then when she got Sharon's Showcase on Gresham Road, she just called it the Showcase because they were showcasing their talent.
I want to showcase their talent. If you're gonna let people, if you're gonna
Wow.
call someone a showcase, let them showcase their talent.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, don't promise them that you're gonna take them to the moon, and then you don't get there.
Right.
So I don't respect the way they doing now. The only person I might respect doing something with a showcase is Mo Beat. I think he do a lot of little stuff. But see, Mo Beat can put you on his little radio show, you know, and it's got a lot of listeners. And he ain't gonna put no record out on you because if he's doing that, he put it out on himself. But I just get so sick of the way that this industry has so totally changed. And if the Trailblazers, and I don't try to put everything on y'all, but if the Trailblazers don't reach back and do something for these people, then you can say 50 years later you had rap, but I guarantee you in 60 years later it's gonna be rap with R&B. Because they're not gonna keep letting these kids play this. You know, where you going to perform it?
Right.
Because
we were talking about that.
yeah, because the venues don't want you coming out there doing nothing. They had this one real big time guy, that, I guess thousands and thousands of people, and they went in and had a situation with him. He said, well, it wasn't his fault, but it still was the hype behind it.
Yeah.
And now the people in the places going out here with these big concerts throwing objects at the entertainers. You know, if they like your music, if you do a show like this thing that's coming up, and I ain't trying to advertise because I don't even know who the hell the guy is, but the one that's coming up in August with all of the rappers on it, I guarantee you they're gonna be back there grooving, and move. You can't throw nothing while you grooving.
Yeah.
But if you jumping up and down, you can throw yourself up on the stage.
Yeah.
So if y'all don't go reach back and try to help something, I know you say y'all do. Everybody I talk to say they doing. I mean, Bone Crusher got a consultant, so he did a real good thing on my radio thing.
Yeah.
I mean on my TV thing. If you don't talk to these kids, you gotta talk to them. They'll listen.
Yeah.
Because if you somebody and somebody well, I don't know, I take that lie back. They don't listen to nobody. I had a Shyran showcase. It's really called the Megaplex. Shoot, I got this little girl. They used to fight. Now you know, they could fight upstairs, downstairs. I had about 4 or 5 rooms. That's called the Megaplex. Be in one room, fight. We try to catch that room. The other room start fighting. This one little girl, I told her. That's when I decided to get out teenage business. Hey, this one girl got to fighting. So I stopped. I said, okay, fine, I'm going to call your mom. Because I didn't want to lock the little girl up. She was a cute little girl. I thought she was cute till she opened my mouth. And she started sounding like me. I said, oh, no. So the police said, we're going to lock her. I said, now let her call her mom and bring her mom up here. So she called her mom on the phone. You know this bitch over here trying to lock me, your mother? I said, what? Is this a recording? She got to be, Can't be the mama on the other end of the phone.
Yeah.
Right.
So, I said, look, girl, don't talk to your mama. I said, I got the phone. I said, yeah, it was a real lady. I said, ma'am, your daughter had a little fight up here. And so I got to come up there. I said, well, ma'am, I just want you to come pick her up, because she's underage. She ain't driving, and I don't know who she's with. I'm not going to just send home with anybody. Okay, I'll be up there. Police still sitting there. She came up there, had rollers in her hair, nightgown on, a beer in one hand, a cigarette in the other hand, and cussed the little girl out so bad. They were cussing so bad back and forth. I told the police, I said, just let me just close. I just closed at 12 o'clock, and I was gone.
Yeah.
And I never did old makeup. Because this is the generation that I don't understand what's going on. I mean,
Yeah.
But the people that went to Shyran Showcase, every time I look at them, they say, my child ain't gonna do this, my child ain't gonna do that. So where the kids coming from?
Right.
Well, I won't say bad kids, the unruly kids.
Yeah.
Right.
Where are we getting all these unruly people from for you to ask me about a showcase? And then you got people that's taking advantage of them,
Right. Right.
So I don't know what to tell you.
I know that's right.
Yeah.
I also want to ask this, though, too. As far as all of the artists that y'all broke out of Shyran Showcase, who were the boys that showed the love and said, we appreciate what y'all did for us?
Every single one.
Okay.
Everyone. You name me. I wish you could look at the list I had sent to Bone Crusher. You name anybody on that list that came through the showcase, I could pick up my phone right now today and call them and say, can you do me a favor? Except that one time for the $2,500. Not a dancer.
Yeah.
The dance groups are really what made Shyran Showcase.
Right. They made Atlanta.
Yeah.
They made Atlanta.
Yeah, they did. And I look at the dancing that they doing now, they be saying, well, Beyonce doing all this and blah, 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 doing all this. Look at Celia. She started that little hunchy hoochie one, all that little booty shape. Twerking was out with the children, know. They twerk on these the big entertainers, the choreography, I guess is what you call it, that they got. I don't know whether they were looking at some old videos from the showcase or where they got it from, but I know that the dancing started. Now they might have had rap up in North or whatever you want to say.
Those dancers went out there and started dancing.
Yeah. They didn't even have dancers behind. They just walk across the stage all night.
Right.
Yeah.
Our people in Atlanta, they always had dancers behind them, even to the live crew. You had the little dancers behind them. And the dancing started. Now they can write me or talk to me all they want to. Dancing started right here in Atlanta, Georgia.
That's right. That's right.
In the South. Maybe they were doing it in the country. But
Yeah.
I ain't gonna even say in the country because he had his little booty shake dancer. I'm talking about dancing, twerking,
Dance groups.
any kind of dance, the little rock and roll and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Every dance group started in Atlanta. I would even say, which another little controversial situation, I used to have contests with dancers. The male dancers there was a contest. It wasn't like, stripping. It was just a contest. The girls would dance, contest. But when I closed down Shyran Showcase, I would say even the Chippendales came from Shyran Showcase because they took their dance groups, the competition where they would compete against each other.
Black Chippendales, definitely.
Yeah, the black Chippendales. Yeah, they took that to another level and just made it where they would go out and just perform in front of audiences as a group, not competing against each other. So even the dancers started. The black wing lady, which was me, started in Atlanta. I probably did a lot of outside stuff other than Shyran Showcase. I had the first black telephone company. I know I had the first black real jewelry store.
Yeah.
And all of that came from the kids supporting me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Kids can do, I tell anybody, I don't care who it is, if you tell a child they can do something, they can do it.
That's right.
And I used to do it all the time. I say, you can model, you can model. No, Miss Shyran, I can't model. Oh, yeah, get your ass out there and strut. You'll do it. And now she's strutting for big time.
Yeah.
Serious thing with, she was a dancer. And I needed a dance group. So I told her, I said, hey, look, I need 3 people. Well, I can't sing. I said, but you can dance, right? I can dance. I say, get out here, you're going to learn how to sing. And she's singing with, before they retired, SOS. You know, a lot of the kids, if you take a kid, just test it and say, I want you to play basketball. And just keep pushing them and pushing them and pushing them. They can be, my gangs were basketball players. Oh, I don't want to play no basketball. I said, okay, fine, I'll put you in this tournament. I let you whoop up a bunch of white folks. Then, you know, if y'all win, I'll build y'all a basketball court. They went out there, whooped up on their asses, and I had to build a basketball court. So they came to Sheriff Showcase and played basketball every single week.
Yeah.
And then they come to me now, it's about 3 or 4 of them come and said, you know, I played for this college. They weren't even going to college. They were gangs. They went to college. One or two of them got on the professional basketball teams.
Yeah.
You know, kids can do whatever you want them to do. You know, so showcase is what it is. Showcase any talent. You know, you can sing, you can play a flute, you can do whatever. I didn't care what you did.
That's right.
I couldn't do nothing. But my mama used to always look at me and she said, I couldn't go out. You know, I was like, she was real strict, you know, old time lady. I'm 7, 8 years old, so 7, 8 years ago, you know how they did you.
Yeah.
So, but she would always play these little records on our little turntable. And she would watch me dance. That was the only thing I did to please my mama. And for some reason, today, I watch dancers, I watch rappers, I watch people sing, I watch talent. You know, and that's what I believe. And I know most people, if they're looking at this, the ones that know, the ones that don't know, I was diagnosed with the big C.
Yeah.
All right. And I found out that I wasn't scared of dying. I was scared of not being able to see people like Ghetto Mafia or Bone Crusher or A-Dog or the Dancer, you know, Bomb Squad. My fear was not to be here to watch these kids move on.
Yeah.
Because I watched them move from 0 to 100.
Yeah.
All I want now is another 10.
Yeah. Wow.
And they prayed. Everybody, you know, I had 2,000 people, you know, churching and, you know, sending out songs for me and praying for me for when I did mention it. And now, except one little bit is gone. You know, so that's my testament.
That's
that
right.
God put me here to stop talking about, well, I'm tired of riders, you know, they're just doing this. I'm just wanting, you know, why do I have to keep, why does Ricky have to bring his son, and why does his son have to bring his grandson, and I'm still there? You know what I'm saying? Why can't I leave? You know what I'm saying? And I guess God said, well, you tired, because I put you here for a reason, and if you tired, I'll bring you home.
Ooh.
That's what he said. And then when the kids responded to me, and I said, oh, no, I'm wrong. You right.
I got to get back in this thing.
Yeah, and that's why I'm starting to showcase and the TV show all over. I'm starting from scratch. And the building that I have belongs to the people. And when they do a showcase, they're going to do a showcase. Keep talking about a showcase. Ain't no open mic. Girl called me today saying, well, my friend wanted to do open mic. I'm not doing open mics.
Yeah.
You know, if you perform, you performing. You ain't going to sit here and say, I'm going to give you this. I ain't giving you nothing. Performing gives you discipline, perseverance, and all kind of stuff to make you who you are when you get older and you grow up and you get a job or you own your own business. I compete right now against people that's promoting. You know why? Because they watch me promote.
Yeah.
You know, I compete against people right now that's opening up restaurants or opening up places because they watch me do it. And that's my competition. You know what I'm saying? And I have no problem with it. You can open up and down the street with me as long as I get enough to pay my bills and pay my employees and buy my product. I'm happy.
That's
because
right.
I'm too old to be rich. You know, I'm not even in the last quarter of my life. I'm past that so far. So, you know, I know I ain't gonna never have nothing, but I have my kids.
Can I say one thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shyran Showcase is more than just Shyran Showcase. From the clubs, the phase 1 to phase 2, and then all the other phases after that. Phase 1 and phase 2 were like the most populars, I think. And then the Megaplex too. But you know, she did Sharon's Jewelry, like we were saying earlier, J.R. Crickets, Taco Mac, Ray's Wings and Things. I mean, there was a lot of other different businesses that inspired a lot of people to get into their own business.
Correct.
Not just dancing and into the nightclub business, but to start their own businesses. You know what I'm saying? I mean, people that got their own grass business. I got my own business because I saw Shyran, a black woman, doing her thing.
Right.
Especially back in the time, you know, black women, she was one of the first black women to really I ain't gonna say the first. I don't know if he was first or not, but she was. They
One
always
of
said
the
that
ones.
She was one
Yeah.
of the first black women, to actually have their own business, and,
Right.
and
Yeah.
kids can look up to them and see a black woman doing something instead of somebody else.
Exactly.
So she's. I mean, people look at it's more than just Shyran Showcase. It's all the other places that she's had, and then all the experiences. And when people look at her, they say, okay, this is a strong woman.
Yeah.
A lot of people say she. What they say? She's like the mafia. She's so hard on everybody. But
Yeah.
I mean, but it's like she's hard, but she.
But it was a good. It was
good one,
what you
Well,
needed
look
at
at
the
the
time.
beauticians.
It was
All
what you
the
needed at the
beauticians.
time.
You know, you look at the little girls now. When they used to come to Shyran Showcase, they would have their hair fixed. They fix each other's hair. Look how many beauty salons came out of that.
That's right.
When they grew up,
Right.
they got their own beauty salons or
That's
their own
right.
barber
We had
shops.
so
Right.
many beauty
That's right.
salons back in us back
Or
in
they
the day.
design their own clothes.
Clothes,
Yeah.
right?
I mean, like Mel was telling me she got her own dance studio where she was a dancer.
Mm-hmm.
You look at, I mean, it's just so many black businesses. When I was in business, it was hardly any real black businesses.
No
Yeah.
black businesses on and I'm gonna say it for you. None on County Road.
Mm.
And then y'all got with
Then we go back to North Lake.
the Marina.
The
Like
North,
one of the first ones
Yeah.
over there on County Road,
Mm-hmm.
the restaurants with what was that, Mr. V's and Tree Rollins?
yeah, Mr. B's. It was called Mr. B's Figure
Figure eight.
Eight. No, Mr. B's Figure Eight. Fish and Chicken. I used to own a place called Mr. B's Fish and Chicken.
Oh.
Yeah, so I had the first black patio. I was open 24
Black
hours,
patio,
Yeah.
Which seems like it's like nothing
No.
now. 'Cause
Yeah.
Everybody got patios.
Correct.
But you got to think back then, nobody had patios on County Road.
Not
Right.
in
So when they sold
86.
that- Tell you where
Not
it's sold out where
86,
Checkers
87.
is at. You know where Checkers on County Road?
Uh-huh.
That used to be a Denny's. They tore it down, and then it was
Bojangles.
Denny's, then Bojangles, then the Marina. They took over. Then they tore it down and made it into the Checkers, and that's what that started at.
Yeah, there wasn't no black people on the
first
Vista
black
Road.
patio.
Yeah.
You had to
Right.
go downtown Buckhead to see a patio.
Right.
Where
Right.
you eat outside, patio where you eat outside.
Yeah.
It was none on County Road.
But see, now you got so many black. That's why I
So
look
this is why I
back.
say Shyran Showcase is more than just, when you talk about Shyran Showcase, I was telling somebody else, it's hard to just say one thing and to get on one point because it was so many different points.
Yeah.
Right.
I was there with her. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? So I'm her son, so I was there with her. I mean, I'm passing out flyers in the parking lot. I mean, I had to pass out flyers in the parking lot. Cars would come in at 12 o'clock, then they leave. Then I'm like out there at 2 o'clock again, passing out flyers again.
Right.
Because you got some new people in. Then again at 6 o'clock,
Yeah.
we're doing this at Boulder Crest. We're doing it on Moreland Avenue. Every apartment on Boulder Crest, I done touched every door putting flyers out
That's right. Well,
for Sharon's Jewelry. This before Sharon's
Yeah.
Showcase.
Yeah.
So she made an impact before Sharon's Showcase even did, you know what I'm saying? So she's been out there doing her thing, and people just admire her for what she does because she does such a great thing at what she do.
absolutely.
I think that the business people that you're talking about, the kids grew up to be business people, that's my admiration.
Yeah.
But that's a showcase. See,
Right.
Because you're showcasing your talent. You look at, I was listening to, is it Raheem the Dream? Look at Raheem the Dream. And he had the audacity to name his place. What is it? Raheem's
Fish,
Wings,
fish and chicken?
whatever it is, it's the same name I used to have called Shyran. He had the nerve.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And he is doing extremely well.
That's right.
You know,
That's right.
I am so proud of him. I'm proud of the guy that used to do karaoke for us. He got a furniture store. We ain't just got a little bit of stupid businesses. We got real businesses. Black
Right.
people are going out here now. The entertainers, which I don't understand this part, they'll get this part. Y'all tell me what's going on with this. An entertainer that's real popular will get a restaurant and lose it. What is going on with that? I've been had the same restaurant for 40-something years. Why can't they?
That food probably ain't tasting like what I tasted that time. I was over there. I can tell you that
That's
right
another
now.
thing. Yeah.
But they have big time food, like real nice, sophisticated looking food.
That's
But
just
is it
me,
hot by the time it get to the table? A lot of
Right.
times it can be sophisticated, but it ain't hot by the time it get to the table, and now you
That
pissed.
bit, yeah. And then sometimes they don't never have what you ask for. Because
Yeah.
I try to support everybody. I know, but I'm just saying they got money.
Yeah,
Everything I do is grassroots.
yeah.
But I want to see the entertainers, if they're gonna get in the restaurant business, stay in the restaurant business.
That's right.
You can't be Shyran over here on Shyran is on County Road, on Covington Highway. I can't be Shyran on Covington Highway, and I'm staying over there hanging with somebody on Hillendale. You know, you got to be in your place.
Yeah.
But they said, well, I'm going to hide. And if he here, he probably knew who I'm talking about. But I was so impressed with this place this guy got on the west side. I hired me, I tried to talk to him, and I didn't want to hear nothing. So he hired him a consultant, he hired him a person that managed his place, he had a financial person, he had all these big time people. He stayed in business 3 months. Because he was doing what he wanted to do somewhere else.
Yeah.
You know,
You
you got
gotta
to
show
be in your place. If
Yeah.
when I got sick and I made the, I don't know how I got out, but they got out before I told everybody what was really going on.
Yeah.
My place lost money every single week for 3 weeks straight. It was maybe, and I was kind of in there, and I kind of wasn't in there.
Yeah.
You know, it took me 2 months to even just let people, you know, I just didn't understand. And people would come to me and say, Sharon, how you feel? And I'd be thinking, why you asking how I feel, you know?
Yeah.
I feel okay. You know, Sharon, everything all right. Every time I walk around, somebody be saying something. I hadn't said nothing about my cancer.
Yeah.
I just said, the people knew.
Yeah.
And when I decided to go on vacation, and I was gone, it was kind of like going out. But I guess people just scared. They didn't know what was going on. So I went on vacation, came back, my business still went down. Until I told them, this is your place. Just because I'm going somewhere, which I ain't going now, but
Yeah.
you know, at the time I thought I might be going. You still got to come here. You still got your, I tell them all, this your light bill, your gas bill, your water bill, your rent. You don't pay it?
Yeah.
Then you're right, sharing what's wrong. But as long as you're paying your bills, ain't nothing wrong with me. You know what I'm
right,
saying?
right.
And people that get business, black people got to understand, when you get a business, you got to stay in your business.
Yeah.
You know, you got to go back there. Oh, I ain't gonna be back there cooking. I hired me a cook. But if your food coming out, and I do it all the time, my food better come out right.
Right.
You know, before it get past that window, they might not come up to the window right, but when
Yeah.
they come past that window, I want my food hot. I raise
That's
hell
right.
all the time. I want my food hot. I want my food done the same way. McDonald's been I was in Japan, and McDonald's tastes the same. Why the hell can I be in Atlanta with my
Yeah.
own food, and my food tastes different when you cooking it?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
You got to be consistent. We got to have businesses that's consistent when they get these people that's got money. If you got money, money don't give you ideas. You know what I'm saying? Money is, when I start something, I start from scratch.
Yeah.
You ain't got to start from scratch if you got money, but at least you got to act like you start from scratch and be a part of your business. You ain't gonna come to me, oh, I want to see Shyran. I'd be like, fuck. Is it somebody I cussed out? Or,
Yeah.
You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? But if it ain't nobody I cussed out, they just want to see me, I'll go to them. I ain't gonna stay over there with you all day.
Right.
Right.
You know, but I'm gonna stay with, I want to introduce you to my thing. You remember when I did? I remember everything you did as a child. You know why? Because all y'all did the same damn thing.
Right.
You remember when I did this, and this? Yeah, I remember you did it because I ain't got to remember one person.
That's right.
You know, and if I remember that one person what he did, then I'm gonna remember what you did. And then your cousin or your aunt or your friend or whoever you got coming in say, I make you feel like the star.
Yeah.
You know, I ain't no star. You know, I be up there talking about, oh well, you know, Ricky did this and Ricky did that. I changed it. Do I not? I changed the subject in a heartbeat because
Very well.
you need to make sure your customers are not. You ain't. And I love T.I. I'm gonna use him because I don't know no other name to use. All right. And T.I. does not do this. Kind of did it, but you know. But if you T.I. and you busy and you got a customer ask for you, you need to take your ass over there because you don't know who's over there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Now you might be too big to be over there, then you need to be too big and be your ass at home in the bed.
Come on
Right.
now.
You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right.
If you Wiki and you got a place and you don't want to come speak to me because I'm a customer, then you need to keep your ass at home.
Right.
Yeah.
Because I didn't ask for your manager. I asked for you.
Right.
And I only asked for you because it's your name, Wiki. Now if I name my place, like I named my place Classics, it was given to me for a birthday party, you know. And it was white. Then nobody asked me. I just walk in there with a little head rag on and an apron because I didn't want them to know no black person on it. 'Cause I knew they would fly. They would fly.
Right.
And they did. I changed it black. But at first, you know, they didn't ask me. But when I changed it to Classics, Sharon's Classics, and people came in and they asked me, I went over there and spoke to them at least. We don't do that as entertainers.
Right.
We open up something and we too big. I went to one person's place, and I think it might have been the same place that was open up downtown. I had on some shorts that I paid $125 for. A shirt that might have cost $50, and some shoes that probably cost $200. It was during the daytime. I was just chilling. I saw the name up there, and I said, "Oh, let's go in there because I want to at least support my people."
Mm-hmm.
They told me at the door, "You can't come in here because you got on shorts."
Mm-hmm.
So I said, "Well, you downtown. This is where I go all over the world and go out to eat, and I wear whatever it is in that particular climate, right?" They don't tell me I can't come sit down and eat, and you gonna tell me I can't come sit down and eat, and I ain't gonna be here. I only came to support the man. I don't even probably want the food, you know. But now you can't come in. And I thought she was kidding. So I said, "Well, let me see the manager." The manager came over and said the same thing. He said, "Well, we just, we got a dress code. You got a dress code at 12 o'clock in the daytime. Now at night, yes. In the daytime, you got a dress code. Well, yes. Can't come in here with shorts. Can't come in here with flaps. Like these shoes I got on, they flaps. I guess they flaps, with flaps. I don't know. But so I said, okay, fine. I told Ed when we walked out the door, I said, you know what? They ain't gonna be there 6 months. Was it 6 months or 5 months? They were gone.
My God.
And they put a lot of money in that place. You know what I'm saying? Because they want to be stars. You're a star on stage.
Yeah.
You are a star when we paid you the money to see you perform and play your record. Now we done gave you the money to give us a restaurant. Now bring your ass in here and sit down and talk to me.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know.
Lord have mercy.
But I hate to say all this stuff because I know this is a podcast and we shouldn't be talking like
Well,
that.
now,
Well,
we
we
appreciate it.
do.
We
So,
appreciate it all. We thank you so much for your time today,
right.
everything that y'all done did for the city of
cut
Atlanta,
out as much as
the
you can.
culture. Oh, no, we
Well,
going to
we
have you
got
looking good. We ain't going to have you
Yeah.
looking crazy out here, Sharon.
Yeah.
Ed, thank y'all once again, man. Be How Radio shouted.
Galaxy Wicked.
We'll holler at y'all in a minute, man. We gone.